You're about to set a custom paging file, so Windows has extra memory spillover when RAM gets tight. This walkthrough comes together quickly, and you can always compare your results with other windowsforum.com users if you want a second opinion later. First, you open System Properties because that's the fastest path to the advanced memory controls. On screen, you bring up the Run dialog, type sysdm.cpl, and press Enter to launch it directly. If nothing opens, make sure you type the command exactly and then run it with Enter. Now you're moving into the Performance area, where Windows keeps the settings that affect responsiveness and memory behavior. You click Advanced, then click Settings to open the Performance Options window. If the button doesn't respond, stay on the same tab and try again, rather than switching away. This step gets you to the paging file controls, which is where the real adjustment happens. You click Advanced again in the Performance Options window, then click Change. Next to Virtual Memory. If you don't see the Change button, check that you're still in the Advanced tab before moving on. Here you're pausing on the Virtual Memory screen to confirm Windows is currently managing the paging file automatically. That matters because it shows you what setting you're about to replace with a custom size. If the screen looks different, just wait for the dialog to fully load before making changes. Now you turn off automatic control so you can choose the drive yourself, which is important for placing the paging file where there's enough room. You click Automatically Manage Paging File Size for all drives, then click C: to target the main system drive. If the drive won't highlight, clear the automatic checkbox first, and then select the drive again. At this point, you switch to a manual configuration, which lets Windows use the values you choose instead of guessing for you. You click Custom Size, so the size boxes become editable. If those fields stay grayed out, recheck that the drive is selected and automatic management is no longer enabled. Now you enter a practical starting range that gives Windows room to work when memory demand rises. You click Initial Size MB, type 12,000, then click Maximum Size MB and type 24,000. If the numbers don't appear, click directly inside each box before typing so Windows accepts the input. You're stopping here before the final apply step, which is useful when you want to review the numbers one last time. On screen, the custom size values are already in place, but the change is not yet committed. If you're continuing from here, the next thing to do is apply and restart so Windows can use the new paging file settings. Once you finish these settings, Windows can use the new paging file size after a restart. If you want to keep tuning performance, windowsforum.com has plenty of Windows tips to help you compare safe next steps.